The annual is all done. I took Nikolai and Dan up to the airport yesterday and sent them back home. So you'd think I could relax a little bit here now. But we got 8 days before they want me to fly for the first flight. So I've got to get the airplane ready to go in the water now. One of the things I've got to do is get the trailer out and make sure it's ready to go. And that's the trailer right there. I come up the other day when Nikolai was putting the cylinders on the engine to get out of his way and brought the Bobcat up here and cleaned out some of the snow on this pad up here. It was about 2.5 feet, 3 feet of snow up here. I've been bringing the snow up here a little bit and cleaning out just enough and then piling the snow up off the driveway right there. So I got a pile about 8 or 9 feet high, probably about 30 feet long there, 25 or so feet wide. Yeah, I see Haji there is trying to get down to the creek there to get a little drink of water, and there's too much snow there. He can't, too steep down there. He can't hardly get down there. So he'll get down there when he wants to. He's pretty spry. Anyhow, I got the snow moved out of over there, and then I had a bunch of logs decked up there and a bunch of other stuff in front of the trailer. So I got all that stuff moved and piled up there on the snowbank. Now I still got about 2 feet of snow on top of the trailer or so to get it shoveled off and drag it out where I can get to it. I got one tail light that's not working on there. I got to figure out why, and it's probably about time to pull the wheels and repack the wheel bearings. So that's one of the things I've got left to do to get the airplane ready to go. This is the pad that we've been working on to build a warehouse on. I started on this to build my son a cabin up here for him and his family, but that kind of petered out. They didn't show much interest in it and decided to move to town, which is fine because she got a job at the store and is doing real good there, and she can walk back and forth to work. And my granddaughter got her own place, and she's living right almost, well, just across the street from where she's working. So anyway, they're all happy in town. They don't have to drive or commute back and forth to work in this weather. Well, there's the driveway, and there's the hangar way down there. So that's where the snow has been coming from. I've just mostly been pushing the snow up the driveway this way and piling it up here. In years past, I've pushed it down onto the highway and then taken it across the road, but this year I didn't do as much of that. So it's April 1st, April Fool's Day, and we still got snow here. The driveway here was bare and drying out yesterday, and then it started snowing this morning real early. We've got about 2 inches of snow on top of it now. It's warmed up and kind of half snow and raining, but we got a winter storm watch out now, and we're supposed to get anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of snow overnight. So winter's not over here yet. This is probably about the longest winter we've had in a long time here. Anyway, I can start doing that. I can pull that trailer out of there. I'll have to get the Bobcat up here to pull that out of there so I can get it ready, and I can start working on some other things too. I got that trailer out a couple days ago. I was going to shovel it off or start shoveling it off then, but I got wet and cold. Went in the house, get dried out a little bit, have some lunch. By the time I got warmed up, it was already late. It's time to go take the dogs out for their evening run and stuff. And it's just been raining and snowing and raining and snowing the whole time since. We had about 6-8 inches of snow on the ground here. I just used the Bobcat, cleaned up the driveway, and got everything all whitened out and all scraped up. You wouldn't believe it today with the sunshine, the blue sky, and as warm as it is, everything's melting pretty fast now. Anyway, I got to get busy and get that thing cleaned off so it starts getting dried out. We'll get that trailer all shoveled off. My wife helped me out with it. There was about 2 inches of ice froze down on the deck of it underneath the snow. I went over and shoveled out around my PC-30 excavator. I'd parked it back there it was in the middle of the winter, but when it was clear before it started snowing again, I was working with it back here when the ground was froze up, and I threw a track on it. Everything was all froze up on it. Mud and stuff was froze up on it, and I couldn't get it back together. I took the front idler out and took it down to the shop and sit beside the stove. And then everything sat like that. I started getting all the snow and stuff like that, and I didn't really feel like getting out here and working on it. So anyway, that's been parked there all winter. I just went and shoveled it out. Everything's warming up around here now, and the mud that was froze on it thawed out, so I cleared the track off. I might want to use that when we start putting the airplane on the trailer. I usually use that to pick up the center door and get it out of the way. Anyway, the trailer had about 2 inches of solid ice on it underneath the snow when we got the snow off of it, and it's just been sitting there for about 15 or 20 minutes, and the weather is warm enough, the sun hit it, and all that ice came loose off that deck, so I was able to scrape it all clean. Well, that's good. That portion of the trailer is cleaned up. Now I can pull that out and get it down towards the shop, check those wheel bearings and stuff on there, and see if I can't fix that one tail light. That sun feels warm out here. That's the first time it's really been warm like this. It must be 60 degrees or more right here in the sunshine. Well, Haji's enjoying that, laying there on that deck of that trailer in the sunshine. He can watch all the cars go by down there on the highway. We got all the ice and snow shoveled off that trailer yesterday in the sunshine, and it's not near as nice today as it was yesterday, but at least it's not snowing. It's warmed up and it's raining, all the ice and everything, and the snow is all melted off that trailer. So I drug it down here by the shop. I was going to pull the wheels off of it and repack the bearings. I got this wheel on this side off, and the bearings are pretty much shot on it, so I thought I had another set of bearings around here someplace, or wheel kit for it someplace, but I can't find it. So got to go to town and get a new wheel kit for that to replace the bearings and races and everything on it. And I think I'll get 2 kits. I haven't taken that other wheel off yet, but just in case, I got to take it off and repack the bearings on it anyway, but just in case it's bad too, I'll get a wheel kit for it. Wife's doing a little baking right now, so she's got a few minutes before she can go to town. I got to go over to the neighbor's and take care of his dog while he's away. Anyway, we'll get that new parts for it, and then we'll come back and put it back together. I got this hub all set up to go back on that trailer axle. I had to go down and get a new wheel bearing kit for it. I got one for both sides. I haven't taken the other side off yet. I don't know whether it's bad or not, but I eventually have to replace it anyway. Well, I'd rather have it here than have to go to town and get it and lose time doing that someday. Although if I knew what the price of those was here, I would have went ahead and ordered them a long time ago and had them on stock, because they're 30 bucks a piece for these $2 bearings. Or 30 bucks a piece for a set, and there's 2 bearings in each set. The bearings in the race, and then they got a new cap too, but there was nothing wrong with my old cap, and a new cotter pin. Anyway, I got it all all together. Now I'd have thought about taking it all apart, sandblasting it, and powder coating it, and then I got home and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and put it all back together and get it on there and get it out of the way. Then I thought, well, shoot, it's easier to put those races in if the hub is hot, it's warmed up and expanded, and then the race will drop right in there. It'll be easy to go in. It's easier than hammering it in when everything's cold. So I decided, well, okay, to do that, I can't really heat it up if the tire and wheel's still on it. So I took the tire off and the wheel off, and when I did, this was just flaking with rust. It was all expanded. I took a needle scaler and cleaned it all up, and then went ahead and sandblasted it and powder coated it. And I powder coated it orange, Chevy orange, which is what the gun was set up in already, because that's what I've been painting all the parts for the Mobile Dimension sawmill. So anyway, I got that set up. I got the bearings packed and put in there, and this hub is all set up, ready to go on. It's dark now, so I'll do it in the daylight there. It was pouring down rain today, and I just couldn't motivate myself to get out there and leaning over in the rain and working on that, but went ahead and cleaned up the thrust washer on that and the nut too. Actually, my son did it. He came over early to take the dogs for a walk earlier than usual, and I was getting ready to sandblast this, and I just went ahead and had him do it, and then showed him how to sandblast the parts and stuff and how to clean it all up and do the powder coating. So he did all of that, which was fine. Anyway, that should last another 10 years. If it lasts 2 or 3 more years, it'll last as long as I need it to. I got to looking at this at the auto parts store, and like I said, the hubs here, almost 30 bucks, $27 and something for the bearings. It's not marked on here, Well, it was $27 for the bearings, for those little bearings. I could have got a whole hub kit with the bearings and everything in it, all greased and ready to go on. Those would have been about $65 a piece. So anyway, that one's good to go back on, and it'll be good for as long as I need it, and save me 65 bucks. Actually, it would have saved me 30 bucks each on those, I guess, or 35 bucks each over buying a new hub for it. But there's nothing wrong. I mean, these are pitted and everything, but they're all sandblasted and cleaned up now, so they're practically as good as new. Better than some of the new parts that I've seen when I clean them up. But I got that left wheel put on there. That went on just like it was supposed to. So I went ahead and pulled that right wheel. It was actually in pretty good shape. It was due for a grease change, but it wasn't bad shape. The seal on it is good shape and the bearings are okay. So all I did was pull the bearings out and clean them and repack them and put it back together. I thought about putting the new bearings in there, repacking those, or packing those and putting those in there so I didn't have to clean those old bearings, take the time to clean the old bearings and pack them and put them in. But then I got to thinking, you got to change the races, or you should change the races. You shouldn't put new bearings in old races, and that kit comes with the bearings and races. And then I got more time than money, so I cleaned them, washed them out real good, cleaned them, repacked them, put it all back together. So that other wheel was in good shape. Oh, this one's in good shape, that one's in good shape. Oh, now I can move the trailer out of the way. I was going to work on the lights a little bit on it, but my wife just informed me that she's got a load of chicken feed coming in today, so I got to go dig the other trailer out and get everything ready to bring her chicken feed in. A little better day today than it was yesterday. It's not pouring down rain all day, but we've been getting showers and getting rain and snow, and mixed rain and snow, and interspiced with some times of dry weather, but not enough to really not keep from getting wet when you're out there working on that. Anyhow, I got the Bobcat warming up. I'll go ahead and bring it over, hook this up, and shove that trailer over out of the way, and then I got to go dig that other one out, the dump trailer out, so we can bring chicken food home. So I stuffed the trailer over here out of the way behind the cabin, and then had to go dig out the dump trailer out of the snow bank. Once we got it out and freed up, then we had to shovel all the snow out of it and get it ready to go. We got that all taken care of and got it down here ready to go. And just about the time we were getting ready to leave to go pick it up, they called and said, well, they're not going to load it today, they're going to load it tomorrow. Anyhow, we're all ready to go with the trailer, and wife's got all of her barrels that she stores the feed in and stuff all ready to go. Meanwhile, I kept working here on the float trailer. A couple of the bolts came loose there on the tongue, got those tightened up, and then lights didn't quite work right. When I put that together last spring, I had a bunch of old, not too good wire. I trimmed it up the best I could and got it all working, got the lights on and got it working and everything. Then last fall when we went to use it, one of the lights wasn't working right. And I never did like exactly the way that went together, because like I said, it was an old brittle wire, it had corrosion in it and stuff. I had a end, the coupling end on this end that hooks into the pickup. It had bare wires, spots in it and stuff like that. So spent the afternoon working on that. I got a new 4-pin end on there, coupler on there for the trailer lights and stuff. So anyway, I got it all wired up right, and it all works the way it's supposed to now. So the trailer is ready to go. We're ready to load it up and use it to launch with. So now tomorrow I'll go over here and get the hanger ready. I've got to take that tarp, undo the tarp there, unbutton all of it, and then open the doors up and take that one door off. I'm going to move the doghouse and a few other things. Anyway, I'll get it ready to go. And then we'll probably pull the airplane out tomorrow evening, and try to launch it the next day, early in the morning.